So this is the camping pile. I don't know if it's physically possible for a couple to put up a tent and not have an argument. And obviously little Arch outside. We're back from our walk and we have had a rather sudden change of events. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you would have seen from the title of this video, we are off on a little family camping trip. A family camping trip including Archie, of course. So today is Friday, we are only going for a couple of nights. We're back on Sunday and we're going with Connor's family. So his parents and only one of his brothers is able to come. The other one isn't free. So there's going to be 6 of us plus Archie, who's currently chewing his legs. I'm sorry if you can hear that, that doesn't sound very nice. I love a camping trip. It's honestly one of my favorite weekends. Just so chilled, so relaxed. Like, I'm very much looking forward to it. And the weather is still supposed to be very nice. So we have lucked out with that. This camping trip was actually booked, well not booked, like in the diary for quite a while before we got Archie. And I was a bit sort of like, obviously I didn't want to commit because I didn't know, we've only had him a month at this point. So I didn't know whether it would be a good idea to take him, like how he would have bonded with us and how we thought he would settle. But it became very clear a couple of weeks into having Archie that he would be absolutely fine on the camping trip. And to be honest, he's going to absolutely love it. He loves Connor's family. He knows them well at this point, so there is no way we wouldn't be able to take him. And then I was a bit sort of worried about the weather because obviously, as you know, in the UK, it's been very, very hot. And that just isn't sensible when you... Yes, you. That just isn't sensible. Oh, there's a bee in here. Can you hear that on the camera? Oh, the bee's on my sunflowers. I feel like I don't want to take the bee off. Okay, you can have another 5 minutes of pollen from the sunflowers. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, the heat. Obviously, if we've been having the temperatures that we have been having over the last couple of weekends, it wouldn't be sensible to take Archie to go and stay in a tent. So I was a bit sort of like, we just have to gauge the weather. But actually, this weekend is supposed to be really nice and sunny, like a nice July weekend, but it's going to be in the 20s. We're not going to be in the 30s, so we should be okay. Excuse me, are you actually serious? But in addition to that, Connor's parents are taking their motorhome, which is quite cool anyway, but it does also have a little aircon unit fitted, so if it does get warm, then we'll just chuck him in there. I think if they weren't taking that, I think I'd be a bit more sort of, is this the right environment for him? But now that I know that they're taking the motorhome, then it definitely will be a good weekend for him. So Connor is working a half day today. So does anyone else, sorry, tangents. I feel like I've got so many tabs open in my head that I want to talk to you about that they're coming out in a jumbled mess. So I'm really sorry. Connor's working a half day, which means I am on my to-do list. Does any other couples do this? So we very much do. I get things ready, hence the mess I'm sat in. I'm going to show you all of this in just a moment. I then stack it up and Connor loads the car. We've done it like that for years. We don't even talk about it. We don't communicate it. It's just how we've done it. So he's finishing up work while he's packing up the car. I'll whiz around and do a bit of a clean. That would have been on my shorts a couple of days before you guys are seeing this video, so if you want to see that. But yeah, we have like a non-verbal agreement about how we get out the house. So anyway, I've got about half an hour until he finishes. So I'm just going to show you guys what I've got out. There's a few things I still need to add to this pile. I haven't packed the cool box yet. I've got like the ice blocks and things still in the freezer. I put them in there last night, but obviously I'll put the things last minute into the ice box just before he packs the car. I've got Archie's bed still to put in the pile. There's like a couple of little things. My bag's here, but I don't think Connor's overnight bag's in this pile. But let me show you what we've got going on behind. So this is the camping pile, and yes, 2 nights. I feel like you take the same amount of stuff whether you're camping for 2 weeks or 2 nights because you just need the same bits. This bag here, Archie, don't go in there, babe. Archie, don't. This bag here is all Archie's stuff, and as quick as I'm packing it, he is unpacking it. He's like, why are my toys in the bag? So anyway, I'm sure I'll have to pack that a number of times. But let's start over here. So this is our tent. I will show you that when it's all up later. I've got a couple of blankets just stacked up on top there as well. This is kind of like our drinks bag. I've got bottled water in there, Pepsi, Capri Sun, tea and coffee, and I've shoved some tea towels down the side there. Alcoholic drinks I'm going to put in the cool bag because obviously priority. These are like dry foods, so crisps and things like that. This is our like picnic blankets because although our tent is lined, I just like to put a little carpet down, you know, make it cozy. This is my bits and bobs bucket. So I always take a dustpan and brush camping because like you just get loads of grass and things in the tent and that's really annoying. I've got a camping kettle. I've got the gas for our hob, which is here. I'll show you that in a moment. I've got a bin bag in there, washing up bits, some baby wipes and a random light. This is our gas hob, which we take camping. Let me show you this, because it's really cool. You might have seen in my home bargains video that I bought some gas canisters. This is what it's for. So it's just one ring, but that's all we need really. We are barbecuing one night, and the site has like a takeaway pizza van that comes on the other night. So we're not actually really cooking. It's just for like breakfast and tea and coffee and things like that. 2 sleeping bags here, which to be honest, we don't actually sleep in. We're not a fan of camping in a sleeping bag, which I know sounds ridiculous, but we put them on top of our air beds just to give it a bit of a buffer. This is the bag of lights. I'll show you those when it's all set up, but we normally book a pitch with electric hookup, but where Connor's parents are going with the motorhome and we're right next door to them, oh, little spider, where we're right next door to them, we actually haven't this time because we can charge everything we need sort of in their motorhome. So I just have some battery lights, which I always take. That's the pump for the airbeds. That's like a mini drinks table. That's another table. That's another table. Our 2 camping chairs. That's my overnight bag. This is like just like plastic plates, mugs, flasks, things like that. Archie's bag, dog walking bag, my overnight bag. And then over here, I just need to get some batteries. I bought these little fairy lights that I'd like to put around the tent, so I just need to find some batteries for those. That is why they are out. And then over here is our spare duvet. Now I know it sounds ridiculous to go camping with a duvet, but this is just like a small double. We just sleep better under a duvet instead of a sleeping bag. So wrapped in there, I've got our pillows and a bottom sheet and things like that. Oh, the bumblebee's trying to get out. Come this way, Mr. Bee. Anyone else got quite a soft spot for bees? Like, I'm not a fan of a wasp. Oh, careful. Oh, there he goes. Right, he's out. Anyone else got a bit of a soft spot for bees? Like, I think they're quite cute, aren't they? Like, wasps, big fat no, but bees, they're quite cute. Anyway, I better just get all this stuff piled up outside, get on with my little pre-holiday clean, and I will catch up with you guys when we arrive at the campsite. So we have just arrived at the campsite, and there is a sea mist coming in. It's like really refreshing, but as you can see, the sun is gone. But actually, it's probably quite good to be putting a tent up when it's like this. So we are gonna, oh sorry, look at my hair. I'm in a right mess. But we are just gonna pop up our tent. Connor's brother is arriving later tonight, so Connor's parents came with their tent, so we've just got theirs up, and now we're gonna do ours. So it's gonna be 4 of us, so it should be nice and straightforward. However, if it wasn't the 4 of us, if it was just Connor and me, I can tell you now that we would have an argument, because I don't know if it's physically possible for a couple to put up a tent and not have an argument. However, because his parents are here, we've got help, so I'm sure it's gonna be totally fine. We got our tent up and we put Connor's brother's tent up because they weren't arriving till late. So we weren't done until about 4 o'clock setting up, I think. And then we, just with Connor's parents, the 4 of us and Archie, went for a little walk down by, I think it's called Lagoon. Like, it's not the sea, it's like a little lake kind of off the sea. So we went for a walk down there, and there was a pub, so it's about 2.5k there, 2.5k back. Stopped halfway, had a bottle of rosé in the sun, which was lovely. Got back to the campsite for about 7 when Connor's brother and his girlfriend arrived, and then we got pizzas from the little bar and grill that they have on site. The campsite we're staying at is a place called Bagwell Farm. I'll leave it linked down below. It's lovely, really nice location if you're just looking for a quiet campsite, but it's got like nice facilities. I know this sounds really silly, but they've got really like modern, nice, clean wash blocks. I find that so important. Like if I'm going to camp, I'm going to camp with a level of cleanliness. Like, would that come with any surprise? But no, it's a really nice campsite. They've got a little shop on site. When we checked in, obviously we booked Archie on. I think he was something like £2 a day. Like it wasn't expensive to have him here. But when we booked on, they said, have you brought your dog? And we said yes, and they gave him like a little welcome pack, and it had treats in it and things you can do with your dogs, places around here that take dogs, so they're very dog friendly, which is really, really nice. But yeah, we had our pizzas back at Connor's parents' motorhome. We've kind of like set up base over there really. We haven't got a huge amount of stuff at our tents. Our tent is next door to Callum's, and then Connor's motorhome, Connor's parents' motorhome is just the other side of the hedge. So we kind of set up most of our stuff over there, and that's where we're having dinner and drinks and things. But yeah, I think that's you caught up on Friday. But today is Saturday morning. Last night everyone slept really well, including Archie, who had his first sleep in the tent, and I was a bit kind of like, I didn't know how well he would settle, because if there's any sort of, at home, if there's any kind of like movement or noise outside, obviously he's on guard and he's barking and he's like protecting his home. So I didn't know how he would be in a tent. And actually settled really, really well. I'll show you our tent in a moment, just so you know like what I'm talking about. But basically he was in the pod with us, which I, again, wasn't sure how that was going to go, because he's used to sleeping in the kitchen on his own. But yeah, he was great. I mean, 6:30 this morning he did join us in bed. And as you know, we're a no dog in the bed kind of household, but we're camping, it's our camping bedding. He couldn't believe his luck. But yeah, it's gone really well. And then this morning we're just going to head up to the little bar and grill. It's like a little, I say bar and grill, like it makes it sound a bit, but it's like a nice campsite bar and grill, and it's on a little farm with the goats and the donkeys and things. We're going to head up there for breakfast this morning. Then we're going on another walk. I'm actually not sure where. Connor's mum's planned it all. Again, there's a pub halfway, so we're going to stop there for lunch, and then we're going to come back tonight and barbecue at the campsite. So that is our plan for today. But let me spin you round and I will show you our little setup for this weekend. I'm filming this quite early. I think it's about 8 o'clock when I last checked, so it's not many people are up and about yet. But this is our little camping field. The motorhome section is over there, so that's where Connor's parents are. And this is where we are. This is our tent. This is Callum's tent. And obviously little arch outside. The rest of our tables and chairs and things, as I mentioned, over at Connor's parents' motorhome, as that's where we've been spending most of our time. But this tent is actually I was about to say 6-man tent, but I think it says 5 on the side. I just don't know how you would actually fit 5 people in here, but I've got this little covered bit here out the front, which is nice. And then we come into like the little living area. So what can you see? Down here we've got our little cooking station set up, just a camping table, and then this was the gas hob that I showed you earlier with the kettle. Drinks, got Archie's stuff down there, sort of dry food. I've kept a couple of bits in our cool bags, like things that aren't a massive problem if they're not completely cool, just like drinks. But then Connor's parents have bought an extra fridge, which is in their awning of the motorhome, so we're all good for that. I put this little mat down. I actually got this from Temu. It's like a plastic picnic blanket, because I like to have something down that's, obviously this is all lined, but I like to have something else down. But this plastic one is just super easy to keep clean with the dog. Archie's towels down there, shoes, another little side entrance there. Really rate the storage. You guys know what I'm like about storage. So the fact that our tent has more storage than parts of our house is just ironic. These are the lights actually. I wanted just to show you these, because I know I didn't show you these before we left. We've got about 5 of these just dotted round the tent, and then we've got a few more in the bedroom. And they're really good actually. They're just battery powered, so ideally if they were rechargeable that would be better, but they're great for when the sun goes down. They were really handy last night. And actually, just before I show you in there, the bedroom actually has 2 compartments. So there's 2 doors, you can go in both ways. And there's a divider that comes down the middle, but we take the divider out because it's only obviously the 2 of us and the dog, so we're all just in one room. But that is what the 2 doors are about. And this is our little bedroom. So, as I say, normally this would be half the size, but we actually do, I think I mentioned to you, camp with a duvet, so that's all nice and cosy down there. That's just our bags of stuff, and this is where Archie's bed was. where he stayed until about 6:30, when he came running up the middle of the bed, plonked himself in between Connor and me, and quite simply couldn't believe his luck. But yeah, he was really, really good. So yeah, that's our little tent. As I say, I don't know how you'd fit 5 people in there. It would be rather cosy, but there we go. Connor's just gone off to the shower. I've already had a shower. I've just taken Archie for a little stroll. Not sure I've got that much left to update you on. It's glary. It doesn't look sunny yet, but the sun is like coming through the clouds there. As I say, it's still quite early, but it's glary. I think I need to put my sunglasses on actually and go and brush my teeth. So this is where we're heading for breakfast this morning. It's called the Red Barn and Grill Bar. It looks a bit like farmy, but then there is a little farm at the back. So I think we're going to be able to get a table just at the back by the goats, which hopefully he's going to be well behaved with. The little goatees, I don't know if you can see them. Oh, I just love goats. I think they're so funny.
Where's that?
Look how cheap this breakfast menu is, and more excitingly, we're going to get Arch one of these, a little doggy breakfast for £1.50.
Thank you.
A doggy dinner, thank you.
Sit, Archie, sit. Good boy.
Look at that! Didn't even get a chance to vlog it, Arch. It's gone.
I mean, that's gone.
Yeah.
Jesus, Archie. Archie!
That's gone.
Oh! Didn't even get a chance to show. Didn't even get a chance to show you guys because he was just gone.
Order another one so we can get it on camera.
Yeah, Archie.
Thank
you. What did you have?
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here, I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me close.
So it was about a 4k walk, and we ended up in a really nice little village called Langton, and we've actually just been to a pub called the Elm Tree Inn, so I had to check what it was called. And it's basically a pub in a very, very pretty village. I think I've got some shots which I should have just included. But it shut back in, I think it was 2013? No, 2023, sorry. And it was actually on the news this week because it's been taken over by the locals and is now being run and was reopened by the local community, which I think is such a lovely idea. So literally when you go into the pub, the people behind the bar are the locals. They're pulling the pints, they're bringing the food out. It's been really, really nice. The sun has now come out, so yeah, it was about a 4k walk up to the pub. Been sat there for a couple of hours, a couple of drinks, just a couple of bowls of chips, nothing major, and now we're going to walk back to the campsite. It's about 4 p.m, we're back from our walk, and we have had a rather sudden change of events. We're taking the tent down, we're going to go home tonight, which is a real shame actually, because obviously we're booked in here for 2 nights, and we planned on obviously staying here tonight as well, but there is a storm incoming and it's due to arrive here about 11 o'clock tonight. It's due to arrive home at about 9 p.m. and it's in for about 24 hours. Normally, a bit of rain, be absolutely fine, we'd stay. However, it's supposed to be a real storm, and you can just imagine like being in a tent in a storm when you don't have to be is probably not the ideal choice. Also, we would be packing up and have to be off here by 12 o'clock tomorrow, so we'd be putting our tent down, packing up and everything in literally torrential rain, and it's just probably not worth it. So what we're going to do, as I say, it's about 4 o'clock. We're going to get the tent down now. We're not actually going to leave yet because Connor's parents, as I mentioned, are in the motorhome. They're going to take their awning down tonight, but they're still going to stay because they're in the motorhome. Literally, they would just drive off in the morning, so that's fine. So we're still going to have the barbecue here this evening as planned. Still going to have, well, I'll have a few drinks. Connor's got to drive now. Have some nibbles, have a barbecue, and then we'll leave about 11 o'clock tonight. So unfortunately, not quite the plan we had, but I think it's just sensible. There's no point in literally getting the tent super wet and then having to sort it out tomorrow morning. So hopefully we can get it down in about half an hour and then we can go and chill, can't we, Archie? He's been so good. He's absolutely loved it, and he's just been so well behaved. He's been really, really calm, and he's been really, really good company. But first camping trip was a big success. It's just a shame we're having to go home early, isn't it? But it's just no point, no point. So anyway, let's get this tent back down.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. We don't have to move so fast, baby, I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right away, got so much time looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry.
And just like that, it's now Sunday morning and we are back at home. We got home, was it about 10:30 last night? It only took us an hour to get back from the campsite because the roads were literally clear, which was lovely. As I mentioned, Connor's parents stayed last night because they were in the motorhome, so it wouldn't have mattered. But they said they had torrential rain from 2 a.m. last night into this morning. Here it's been like super, super bright and then pouring down with rain, and then super, super bright and pouring down with rain. But they were still at the campsite this morning. They said that we definitely made the right decision not to be taking down a soaking wet tent in a wet, windy field this morning. So, although it's a shame, because personally, when I go camping, my favourite time is just before you go to bed. Like, it's find it really cosy getting into bed in a tent when it's like got a nice setup and you've got nice lighting and things like that. And I love the mornings because it's just so still and so quiet. So those are personally my favourite parts of camping. So it's a bit of a shame that we only got to do that once, but it was fine. We didn't go far and we had a really, really, really fun weekend. So yeah, there we have it. We've already got our next camping trip planned. We'll be taking Archie because he was great and he loved every second of it. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video on Wednesday. Bye.